you living in Owensboro. I am so glad that you are here. We are going to talk about several things this evening. A couple of the things are what is going on at Holiday World. And if you're not from here, you may not even know what Holiday World is. So we're going to talk about Holiday World just a little bit and what they have new that's coming. We're going to talk about the Sportsplex that's coming to downtown Owensboro. Where is it going? Exactly when is it happening? What are your all's thoughts about it? Is it needed? Is it not? We're going to talk about the Highway 54 widening project. So if you live in Owensboro, that is a highway that you probably either really enjoy that it's there or you loathe it and cannot stand to be on it. So we're going to talk about that and when that project is going to happen. And then we're going to talk about one of our city pools that's going to get a facelift, and it's pretty exciting for our kiddos. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions at all, any comments, you want to share what you're doing, you want to share what you like and love about Owensboro, please feel free to join the conversation in the comments. I will do my best. This is my second one, so I'm not a pro at this yet, but I'm getting better, and I'm excited that you're here. So if you have any questions, want to let me know you're here, just comment. The very first thing I want to talk about is Holiday World. And do you guys know, I used to work at Holiday World. I worked there for 14 years. When I left there at 28 years old, I had worked there half my life at that point. So it's kind of crazy. I would love to know, do you like going to Holiday World? Is that a place that you enjoy taking your family to? What do you love most about Holiday World? I would love to hear. Holiday World's a really special place to me. But anyway, let's share what's going on at Holiday World. Just about every year, they have something brand new coming. Now, sometimes it's something really little and sometimes it's really big. They weren't quite ready to let the cat out of the bag yet. There are a whole lot of coaster enthusiasts, and those enthusiasts get a little crazy, and they want to know the scoop about what is going on at every single amusement park that has a roller coaster. Anyway, so it's always a big deal when something new is coming. Somebody caught wind of a coaster coming to Holiday World, and so of course, lots of speculation, lots of talk. So I was trying to find on Holiday World's website, where are they saying anything about it? Because you saw it on Owensboro Times, you could see it in the news, but where is Holiday World actually talking about it? So if you go to their website, you're not going to see much on the main page, which is actually pretty surprising to me. I thought for sure since the word got out that something would be there, but it's not. You actually have to go to their blog to find it. So anyway, Leah Cook has commented about it, but she's not saying a whole lot. So here's what happened. They weren't ready to announce it, and somebody, I don't know if it was a news outlet or a coaster enthusiast, somebody saw a package scheduled to be delivered to Holiday World, and it was from a roller coaster company in the Netherlands. They got to digging like news reporters do, like coaster enthusiasts do, and they found out, they think anyway, that it's going to be a boomerang type roller coaster. Now, what is a boomerang coaster? A boomerang coaster is not like, if you've been there, it's not like the Voyage, it's not like the Raven, it's not like the Legend. So it's not where you sit in a train, you go out on the track, and then you come back at the end. It doesn't loop around like that. A boomerang is where you get on the coaster and it takes you out and then it brings you right back the exact same path. So when it comes back, it's going backwards, which is pretty exciting. That's a pretty exciting element. Holiday World is staying tight-lipped over this. They're saying that yes, it is going to be a roller coaster, but they're not confirming what type, and they're not saying exactly where it's going. So it's going to be somewhere, it sounds like, in the Thanksgiving section. So if you're unfamiliar with Holiday World, let me tell you, it's 35 minutes from Owensboro. It is this amazing theme park, amusement park, and water park. So it used to be Holiday World only, and now it's Holiday World and Splashin Safari. It has been that way for a really long time. The water park is what draws most people nowadays. The reason it's Holiday World is because it's divided up into different holidays. So when you first walk in, you're in the Christmas section, and everything's Christmas themed. You can go down the hill and head to Halloween. There's a 4th of July section. There's a Thanksgiving section. So anyway, that's why it's called Holiday World if you're unfamiliar. This coaster is going either in the Thanksgiving section or just outside of it. And that's where the Thunderbird is too, another roller coaster. So anyway, again, Holiday World's not giving us a whole lot of details. I will be following up on what is going on because it does interest me, because I spent so much of my life, especially in my early years, everything I ever learned about working and my work ethic and being on time, which is really funny if you're in my close circle, you know I'm hardly on time for anything. But anyway, I did learn to be punctual there. So I will absolutely be following that story, and we may talk about it on a future episode. So anyway, I want to know, what do you guys think about Holiday World? Now we're going to talk about the Sportsplex. I've heard some talk about it. There are some people who are really excited about the Sportsplex, especially if you're a family and you have kids who are in sports who will be utilizing it, and you're going to be going there because you want to be comfortable. You definitely are looking forward to the Sportsplex. It's an indoor sports complex. We don't have anything like it in Owensboro, and I'm excited actually to see what it's going to look like. I really think that it's really going to help the downtown businesses. I think it's going to bring a whole lot of traffic. What they're trying to do is they're trying to attract more tournaments to be held here in Owensboro. Now, of course, if you hold a big basketball tournament for the schools, volleyball, they're even shooting for pickleball. They're shooting to have these tournaments to bring in more people, more tourism, more dollars, especially to our downtown businesses, which I think is wonderful. One of the things that a lot of people are expressing is their concern over parking. So let's just say that we get all of this tourism, all these people coming. Well, then now, where's everybody going to park? What about the customers who are local who want to visit the downtown restaurants? Where are they going to park? And so there's a little bit of concern from the business owners about that. I do think it'll eventually get addressed before it's all said and done, but those are some things that I'm reading about that people are concerned about. This is the plan so far. So we don't have a rendering of what this Sportsplex is going to look like. But what we do have is them letting us know their plans. They're working with the designer right now. So their hope is to get a drawing, get their ideas on paper and sent over to, and have some sort of a meeting with the city commissioners next month in August to let them know what their plans are. But what we do know for sure is that they're hoping for 5 basketball courts. They're hoping to have a turf court. They're going to have concessions. They're going to have an office, and they're really hoping to do those volleyball, basketball, pickleball tournaments. And I also read that they may make that turf court so that they can remove the turf, and then they could have cheerleading competitions there, or instead of that turf court, when it's not needed, they can remove it, and that'll create 2 more full basketball courts. So anyway, lots of exciting things going on down there. I'm excited to see what the plan is going to look like. I will be following that as well so that I can share that with you. So they're spending approximately $18 million on this is what they're expecting. And it's an 88,000 square foot facility. That is what they do know. Now, as you guys know, it hasn't even started yet. So it could end up being a 70,000 or 115,000 square foot facility. Who knows? But it may be a little bit hard for you to see, but you can see a general idea. So it's going to go between 3rd and 4th Street downtown, between Locust and that Cedar Street. So right here on this screen, you will see the huge empty lot in front of it. Now that empty lot is what we talked about on our last episode, which is the hotel and the apartments. So right behind that, and the hotel and apartments is right in front of the convention center. So you have the convention center, then you have the apartment hotel complex that's going up, and right behind that, so right there downtown, you're going to have this sports complex. Lots of businesses around it that I think, like I said, will benefit from it. I would love to know, what are your thoughts about it? Are you excited about it? Do you think you'll use it? Like I said, I'm pretty pumped about it. I really can't wait to see what the renderings look like. That's what gets me excited. So we could talk about what it's going to look like, but there's nothing like showing me exactly what it's going to look like. So right now, the committee that's working on the project. So there's a committee for the Sportsplex that's working with talking with these leagues, the people who put on these tournaments, because obviously they want to be sure that this Sportsplex is designed in a way that's attractive to these leagues that are in these tournaments. Because obviously, if it's not, they're not going to book the Sportsplex for anything. So that's what they're working on right now. From what I understand, they're in those talks currently, and then they will bring something to the city commissioners next month in August. So we'll see what happens there. For those of you who are watching, who will watch it later, who are considering relocating to Owensboro, I first have to say the Owensboro locals complain about the traffic. And I don't know how bad our traffic really is. Because when I go to big cities, the traffic is horrendous and I cannot wait to get back. I could spend literally all day after traveling on Highway 54 and never get upset. But for whatever reason, the Owensboro locals think Highway 54 is like the worst thing ever. So the city is actually, Davis County is actually working on this. We've been talking about it forever, though. Like, we have been talking about widening 54 forever. But I have been seeing they have moved the utilities. They still don't know exactly when it's going to happen. Unfortunately, I wish they did. I wish I could tell you, hey, on this date is when they plan to start. But according to this article, we still do not know exactly when they're going to start. But let's talk a little bit about it. Why is this taking so long? They have finally accepted the bid with Jaeger Materials. So Jaeger Materials is the company that's going to be spearheading this project, taking control of it. Where is this actually happening? Now, Highway 54 is obviously really, really big. They're not going to tackle the whole project at once. For those of you familiar with Owensboro, this is going to make a whole lot more sense to you than those of you who are unfamiliar. But you see the bypass on the left, Highway 60. The first phase of the 4-phase project. So it's going to take a while and they're doing it in phases. The first phase is from the bypass to Bold Forbes Way. Right there near Planet Fitness, they're going to go from the bypass to that point, and that's phase 1. Now, obviously, that's also where all of the traffic is. That's going to be the hardest phase, I think, of them all. They haven't given us a start date, and I'm looking at it right now. Yep, there's absolutely no start date. All they've confirmed is who the project manager is, what company is doing this, which is Jaeger Materials. It's going all the way to Jack Hinton Road. So if you know where Jack Hinton Road is, it's quite the distance from where everything's hopping. And so obviously, with Highway 54 being where a lot of growth is happening, they're going to expect that it's going to continue down 54. So it sounds like they're just going to go ahead and get the highway ready for the future growth that is going to happen. Now, obviously, there's growing pains and things like that. So that's just something that we have to put up with, but I'm pumped about it. My office is right off of 54. So one thing I will admit is I'm not pumped about the work starting because it'll be total chaos. But I will be pumped once it's over. All right, this is what I want to talk about. Craven's Pool. This is what it is going to look like. Obviously, it's not gigantic. It's not going to have a deep end. The deepest end, I think, is 4.5 to 5 feet. And they're expecting to have a grand opening May of next year. So they're getting ready to get started on this very, very soon. They're going to secure the contractor who's going to take over the project in September. And like I said, the deep end will be 4.5 to 5 feet. They're focused on middle-aged kids, middle school-aged kids, and younger. I love the zero depth entry here. I don't have any children, but if I did, I think I would take them here because I would feel safe. I love that feature. I also love that little playground that they have, and the interactive playground. There's so many things for them to do, and I just think kids need to get off their phone and play with other kids. And I really feel that like that structure is going to help more kids be around other kids and learn from each other. Pretty pumped about that too. I can't wait to see what that looks like. I may actually visit that pool once it opens because I just think it's really neat. So does anybody have a kid you want to let me borrow? So I can go to this pool. You can go without a kid. I'm just kidding. The Owensboro market is still booming. as far as real estate sales go. Homes are sitting longer. And so that's making some sellers panic. But what we are not seeing, at least in our area and not right now, we're not seeing the values go down. If you're a seller and you've been wondering, how are these higher interest rates impacting the market? I'm working with several buyers right now who were pre-approved at a certain amount, but these interest rates have climbed up a little bit. And even when the interest rates just climb up a hair, it really impacts their purchasing power. So they're not able to buy as much of a house. So right now we do have a whole lot of buyers who want to buy, but the price ranges they were looking in 6, 9, 12 months ago, they can't afford anymore. They have to go down a price range. So that's what's going on right now. And everybody's trying to get used to that. I'm still seeing multiple offers on homes, especially under 200,000. Those, if they're priced appropriately and they show well, they're getting multiple offers still, so there's no reason to panic. But yeah, if you have some specific questions about real estate, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email or reach out to me on social media. Any way you want to reach out, you can reach out, and I would love to talk to you. Real estate is still very good. It's very strong. It's strong everywhere still. The interest rates have climbed a little bit, but they're not they're not 18%. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about strategy, if you want to know if your home is in the new flood zone, anything like that, you just reach out to me. I am so glad that you joined me. And yeah, we can continue the conversation. Just because the live is ending doesn't mean you cannot watch later and comment. So I will come back and answer any questions, reply to any comments that you guys leave at any time. So yeah, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you in a couple of weeks.